Okay, welcome to the tutorial on how to register your students for the Mass DECA State Conference in March. I'm Gina Musto from Westford Academy. Harry asked me to do this to help you out. I will tell you we use this software for our district conference and I love it. It's really easy to use once we're used to it, like any software, and it definitely is going to facilitate the process of you registering your kids. So you're going to get that email, click on the link, and log in with the username and password that you have through National DECA. My interface looks a little bit different because I'm on the administrative side, but I'll still be able to show you what we need to do. So the first thing you're going to get is this verification information screen, and you do need to populate and complete all of the fields that have an asterisk. Please make sure that you're giving us accurate information because this is how we document what your cell phone number is, what your email account is, and so forth. A lot of the fields are already completed, which is great, but a lot of them are not completed too, so please make sure that you take care of that for us. Every year we're always looking for a chaperone here and there, and we don't have their cell phone number, and it can be cumbersome, so please make sure that you populate that field accurately. Most of you are going to arrive on the 9th and leave on the 11th, so just go ahead and fill in those fields to the best of your knowledge at this time. And then the payment type information, even if it's to be determined, although we would like to know, are you going to give us a check or are we waiting on a purchase order and so forth. And then if you have any special needs, whatever they may be with regard to your business office or however it is, anything that you can document and give to us in this field will be helpful. Once you go ahead and click Save, and only then, it'll let you get into the registration. However, if you don't complete things accurately, it will give you red messages in this area indicating what isn't complete and what you need to complete properly. Okay, so once you click Registration, what it's going to do is bring you into this particular menu here. I've gone ahead and added a few students into the Westford Academy registration that I'm going to use for this training, but essentially it's pretty straightforward stuff. You're going to click Add Student, and it's going to give you the list of all of the kids that you currently have paid for through National DECA. If there are kids on here that or you register kids late and they're not on here, please contact National DECA Direct so that they can update the system. Okay, now there are a bunch of fields that you have to fill in, and I did choose a chapter that has quite a few students, so I want to start the conversation by saying every 20 minutes it'll time out on you. It's software, it is what it is. So with that being said, make sure that you baby step through this process and make sure that you're clicking the save button every now and then. I think that probably it will be easier to do this in manageable chunks. For instance, if you do all of your written events and add those students in and then select their events and then go in and do your teams and then go in and do your individuals, that may make it easier. Okay, but I'm just telling you what I think works. You got to do what works for you. Number of years in DECA, obviously, please make sure this is accurate. As you know, principal events can only be first year students. So that's either a 1 for their first year, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Click which t-shirt size you want us to get for them. Make sure that the gender and grade information is accurate. We use the software for our district conference, so these fields are already populated. Chances are yours will not be populated, so make sure that you change those. And then you can come in and choose student. Now some of you are probably saying, are you kidding me right now? I have to come into drop-down menus for every single one of these students. And unfortunately, yes, you do. However, you can use this select all command in here if you wanted to select all students, and it will populate only participant type to be all students. So I'm going to go ahead and say that the student is a 1-year user. He's going to get a large t-shirt, and he's a student. Now I'm just using my keyboard because I'm a geek, but you don't have to do that. You can use the mouse as well. I'm going to click Save to that message. Why did I pick the school that has 9,000 kids? And there you go. Now, a couple of things I want to clarify. Status is student is S, advisor is A, and as you add additional members, it'll have different category names. For instance, if I add a non-student or a chaperone, I'll add me in here. Obviously, you've got to populate the fields that have an asterisk, as always. Make sure if you want to order them a t-shirt that you choose the correct size. Make sure that you choose the right gender. If there are any special needs, meal restrictions, anything whatsoever that you want us to know about, go ahead and do that. And please give me an accurate phone number. I'm not telling you my telephone number, but anyways, give me an accurate phone number in this field so that in the event we need to get in touch with you for an emergency or any other circumstance that we do have that information. Okay, so I'm going to come back to registration and go through the process now of how you select events for these kids. Please note that these 3 students have events and these 2 do not. So I'm going to just come into this edit and select events area, and it tells you straight out all of the events that are currently going to compete at this conference. It tells you how many minimum entries and what the maximum amount of people per entry is. As you know, in the writtens, you can have 1 to 3 in some of them are 1 person only, and so forth. So there's this little handy dandy checkbox. So if this student is going to be in accounting, the checkbox is populated, ACT, here you go, and you click save. Okay, pretty straightforward stuff. A couple of things with this before I move on and show you how to do teams. Everyone gets stressed out when they see a delete button. I want to just make sure you understand. You will not delete them from your roster, so to speak, and from your National DECA list of people. You're simply going to delete them from the registration. So you have a kid that doesn't want to go, or has a financial restriction, or is ill, or whatever. As long as it's previous to the closing of the registration, you can simply come in and delete that student, and only will delete them off the roster, not off your list from National DECA. Okay, so for team events, I'm going to show you how this works. You come in, you edit the student, and you go to the correct category. And what you're going to do is click on this checkbox and then tell me which team they belong to. So the first team in each category will be number 1, the second team will be number 2, and so forth. So if I wanted to make this third student my first team for MTDM as well, I can go ahead and do that. Now, as you're going through this, sometimes people are concerned, oh, did I do it right? And they want to just kind of have a system of checks and balances. You can quickly review the events, and it's going to tell you straight out. For MTDM, these are the 2 students that are your first team. As you add additional teams, they'll put team number 2, team number 3, and so on. Okay, so that's the gist of how to do the registration. I hope that this video has helped you out. Obviously, when you're done, you're going to click finish the registration, but this chapter has a long time to go. The pricing still isn't accurate, and we haven't opened up the registration as of yet, so keep that in mind. I'll do an additional video to set up for your housing. Thank you so much.